I mean, I'm not the only one who can see it. Our replay guy might point that out. It's just not what you want. It's unnecessary, it's unsportsmanlike, and it's
disrespectful.
Yeah, and that kind of behaviour has no place in judo. And he's not a nasty guy.
No.
He just let that one get away from him. It was completely unnecessary. He dumped him on his back, and he didn't need to do that. We've got the next contest on mat 2, the last in the under 66 kilo category. Fukuoka Masaaki of Japan faces Azamat Mukanov of Kazakhstan. I just want to touch on that again. I mean, if you're a referee and you see that, well, it depends whether you see it on the mat, off the mat, and a replay. It depends on the context, doesn't it? You know, it wasn't dirty, just unnecessary, and it didn't hurt him, and there was no fisticuffs about it, but just not the kind of thing you want to see. I mean, it might be something that you just say.
Yeah, I think in that situation you might say, you know, you might point or something to make it clear that you've seen it and it's not appropriate. Yeah. But it's not enough to reverse a score or whatever else.
No.
You know, so.
But I think
you're right. It should be acknowledged or being directed and saying. But of course you've got to be careful with that, because then you say, well, if you're going to do that, why didn't you Hanskamakia? But I mean, everyone knows what you're doing. I mean, I think what you see there is the fact that he knows that you saw it and you don't think it's correct.
Yeah. And I think what you do is you bring the Ukrainian coach over, just take the number of the clip, say, I don't want to see this.
No.
You know, because he didn't slip.
No. He was standing up and he sat on him.
And Shikalizada reacted to it. It's an important point. And while there's 0-0 on the scoreboard, and Fukuoka and Mukanov play around, speak about something that's interesting. Fukuoka in his previous contest did as much as, you know, well, it wasn't worth writing about. And here he is again. There's 2 minutes gone. He hasn't done anything. Mukanov, however, disposed of Oates beautifully, didn't he?
Yeah.
Now that was quality. Nice piece of ashiwaza. Some of the Komatsu supporters who we've worked out are stationed here, so they're quite happy to support Japan and Brazil. Both fighters still looking for a score.
Bit of control there.
It's just something about Fukuoka today where he just doesn't live up to it.
Picking up a penalty.
Second time that he's been penalised. Yes, he does go over. Yes. There's the ashiwaza again. Mukanov catches Fukuoka this time, having thrown Oates for Ippon. And now this is a second Ippon for Mukanov. Not quite as devastating. He just gets his knee down, but then he goes. Yeah. But
certainly worthy of an Ippon.
Yeah, he ends up flat on his back, doesn't he? And a flat Fukuoka really is flat.
And that's what I was saying about the new rules. A few years ago, at this level, did you ever see ashiwaza for 66 kg guys?
No, they were too far away.
Well, they're all bent over trying to grab each other's leg. So, I mean, this, and you got a guy like that who can deliver that kind of devastating.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. Nice. Right, we've finished with the contests.